Hi guys, this is Ayesha Syed and welcome back to my channel. How are you guys? I hope that you are in good health and I hope that life is treating you really well. For this video, I decided to share my top 5 book recommendations because this year is coming to an end. Believe it or not, it's so crazy to even say, but it is coming to an end. If you made a resolution at the beginning of 2019 to read more books this year and if you haven't started on that resolution yet, don't worry, I have got you sorted. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into the video. These books are in no particular order. I love them all equally. The first book that I'm going to talk about is The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. I don't have the physical copy of it because I couldn't find it, but I will try to post a picture somewhere on the screen, maybe right here or right here. But you will see it in a bit, or maybe you are seeing it now. But it is one of my most absolute favorites. The Prophet is a collection of poetic essays written by Khalil Gibran, and they revolve around the different aspects of life, different things that we do, even like simplest of things like theft, trust, government, politics, all those kind of things. And it's like written in such a beautiful language that you can't keep the book away for a single minute, but you still keep it away because you just don't want the book to end, but at the same time you want to ponder and think about the text that is written by the author. And it's so deep, every single line has so much meaning in it. Like, it's beautiful. So just go ahead, grab a copy and read it. Now the second book that I'm going to talk about is 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. Fortunately, I have it with me here, and it's this book. Elif Shafak is basically a Turkish writer. Just by the look of it, just by looking at the cover photo of the book, I could pretty much tell that it revolves around Arab culture. But when I bought this just blew me away because it's so good, and I've pretty much finished it within 3 or 4 days maybe. I haven't read a book of this kind before because it's a novel in a novel. Like, we are reading a novel, and as the character is reading the novel, we are also reading it along with her and realizing what it's like to be a part of her world and also the part of the world which she's reading. So it's kind of confusing to talk about, but it's really good and really mesmerizing to read. Basically, it revolves around this woman called Ella, and she's married for I don't exactly know how many years, but she has 3 kids, 2 twins, one eldest daughter. And then she starts having this midlife crisis or something, and she starts doubting herself and her worth in the family. And because when she got married and she had children, she gave everything away for her family. She gets this novel for work and she has to read it and write a report on it. But as she's reading it, we get to read it along with her. So the novel that the character is reading is basically about Rumi and Shams of Tabriz. So it's a pretty great work that the author has done because each and everything is so detailed. And if you are a fan of Rumi, if you are a fan of any of his work, then you might be intrigued by what kind of life he used to live and what sort of company did he used to have and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in Rumi or in Sufism, Sufis are basically like people who have devoted their life to God and to the creation of God. It's a pretty vague definition, but I don't want to go into the depth of it because obviously I don't have any kind of knowledge regarding that. But it's an amazing book, so you should definitely check it out if you are a fan of any of that kind of thing, Rumi and his quotes or any of this stuff. But by the look of it, it's an amazing book. Even like the title is catchy, it's really interesting. And obviously you learn a lot about love and about the love of God and his creation and all that kind of stuff. So definitely recommend it. The next book that I want to talk about is this, Letters to a Young Muslim by Umar Saifulbash, who is an ambassador of the United Arab Emirates to Russia. This book is actually a compilation of the letters that he has written to his teenage son, and also at the same time to all the young Muslims, girls and boys around the world. So it's a very intriguing book. If you are a young Muslim, and especially in this era of technology, of advancement, of liberalism, of modernity and all that kind of stuff, and you get confused a lot about a lot of things. You have questions, and a lot of time a lot of people are not allowed to question their faith, their religion, so they just kind of feel like they are in this free prison where they're allowed to do everything but they're not allowed to ask questions. This is a great book because it just deals with everything that a young Muslim could go through. It's not prohibited to ask questions. God has given us curiosity. He has made human beings curious, and as a human being we want to know anything and everything about anything and everything, be it faith or be it your textbook, a school textbook, you know. So it's not wrong to ask questions. And if you have questions, if you are frustrated with how the world works, or if you are frustrated with some extreme people, because in today's time there are a lot of extremists, go ahead, read this book, and you will definitely be at peace with a lot of things, I guess. And then you might also open new corridors and new doors in your mind, and you will be able to explore a lot of new things. So definitely recommend this. Go ahead, read it, and tell me in the comments below what you think about it. The fourth book that I want to talk about is this novel, and it's titled The Pearl That Broke Its Shell, and it's written by Nadia Hashmi. A lot of you people, if you are from the US, you might know who Nadia Hashmi is because she was running a campaign during the elections or something from the Maryland area, or I don't know. But yeah, she's that. And this book, let me tell you, just, you know, like punches you directly into the heart. While reading this book, you will cry, you will laugh your heart out, and you will experience any emotion that comes in between that, because this is that awesome. This novel basically showcases Afghanistan in 2007, how it was and what the culture was, what restrictions they had in the country. So basically it deals with how parents or fathers wanted boys instead of girls, because if you're a girl, the moment you hit maturity, you are married. And if you're a boy, then obviously you're going to lend a helping hand to your father, you're going to become his shoulder when he's old and all that kind of stuff. So this basically deals with how the girls, the women of that time, dealt with every single thing that was happening around them. So it's a recommendation from me. From the bottom of my heart, I want everyone to read this and know what happens and what happened during that time, and what generally happens in Afghanistan, I guess. It's still happening. The final book that I want to talk about and that I recommend is this, On Writing. It's also a memoir by Stephen King. I have never read any book of Stephen King, honestly, because I'm not much into science fiction. I'm really into creative writing, and I have always been into creative writing. And if you are also into creative writing, then this book is a must read, because it just tells you so many nicks and crannies and tidbits about writing and what to do and what not to do, that you really learn a lot with this book. Like really learn a lot. And also, there is no denying the fact that the struggles that Stephen King went through, as he has written in his memoir, are unimaginably amazing at the same time, because they just tell you that you shouldn't stop at any point in life, because you don't know, and you don't even know that if you maybe take 2 more steps, you will be at your destination. So you shouldn't ever stop in life. So this works as a motivation, and this also works as a masterclass or something on writing, on creative writing. And yeah, so definitely a must read if you are into creative writing. That's it for this week's video, guys. I really hope that you liked this, and if you did, please make sure to give this a big thumbs up. And also, if you have read any of the books from these 5 books, then do tell me in the comments below. Also, tell me what is your favorite book out of these 5 books if you have read any. And my favorite is definitely The Prophet, and also 40 Rules of Love. So make sure to go ahead and read these books. Tell me in the comments what you think about them, and I'll see you guys in the next video, inshallah. Till then, take care. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.